Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an overpowered build using the Mantra in Borderlands 4. Now this gun just recently got dropped with Bloomreaper the Invincible, dealing melee damage with its gunshots. It's actually an extremely powerful gun in the hands of VEX here, who can utilize a few of her skill trees to actually get some insane damage. Now this thing double dips a lot with different abilities, because not only can it deal its melee damage, it also deals gun damage. It can have two different elements, and with VEX's skill trees, it can actually apply some of her more powerful abilities like reverberations here. We can use things like the Curse Blade here to get some extra damage and help our minions get more damage off on top of that. And with the green skill tree, she actually has some pretty crazy kill skills that we can activate by using our minions. Because the Keen Mind adds skill damage critical hit chance, which are minions, and then with Mortal Terror, it's funny because the minions will actually spin around, triggering all of our abilities. It can roll with a bunch of different parts, including the Jacobs there. I don't have one on me, but yeah, it's a crazy weapon. Now, playing through the whole game with the Deadringer skill tree here, it's actually really fun. The Reapers are powerful and very tanky with certain augments that we have here. Now, there's a couple routes we can go. We could actually go with the Idle Hands, giving us reload speed. This applies to our minions. Now, I talked about earlier, activating our kill skills. Our specters are going to be good too, but I actually prefer to go with just the Reaper minion build. So I'm going with Fell Inscriptions here, which gives us a 35% bonus to melee damage, which is again applied to our gun there, and maximum health points on our minions and ourselves too. Mind you, with this, we can face tank everything in the game. It's actually kind of crazy. Now, coming down here, the Curse Blade is nice because you can apply Curse on our melee attacks. You get in there, you have to do an actual melee attack to trigger this, so it depends on the playstyle that you like to use. Alternatively, Grave Assault is also pretty crazy. Getting increased fire rate is good on any character, but it also can apply to our specters as well, so this is pretty useful. It just turns out to flat out DPS increases. Now, once we get down here, the Grave Fiends is really good, but you can put 1 point into Blood Sacrifice there, which your minions go down, you get your kill skills. I don't think it's that great, because we're going into the green skill tree here, so we're actually going to want to take the increased damage dealt, because that's 3 stacks that will further increase to even more stacks later on. This takes us to our best augment. Now, earlier on, I like the Coven here, giving us critical hit chance is actually kind of nice, because that critical hit chance is going to further, actually later on, going to be good to trigger our kill skills with. But with this here, the Hellish Harvest can be kind of nice, because using the Hellish Harvest, they're actually able to sustain themselves really good. So this makes our Reapers really tanky. I didn't find that it was hard to trigger our kill skills. Like the melee ones are actually really good at triggering them. It's just a matter of speed. So this will actually get your kill skills activated quicker, whereas this one will just give you more survivability with them. It's entirely your choice. We can go with either of these. This Coven's probably a little bit better in most situations, unless you want to go all in on the Reapers. Now, once we get down here, there's a couple, I guess the only really one, Recurrence, giving us increased gun damage and melee damage per stack. And that's great because this double dips on our Mantra weapon. Now, Reverberations is one of the craziest skills in the game, so we're obviously taking that. Melee damage dealt by VEX, and her minions has a chance to deal incendiary melee damage. And it's a 50% chance, 150% of the initial damage dealt. This is really good, and we can proc this a variety of different ways, actually, which is kind of funny once we get into the green skill tree here. Which takes us down to our final capstone with the Grim Reaper. This is just good. Press and hold F. It's a Grim Reaper that a little bit tankier, does more damage. I have had some fun with the Harass Packs here and the Pincushion, but I don't think we got the skill points for it, unfortunately, this time, because we need to get some skill trees in the green here. Now, most of these don't actually apply to this setup, but I always like to take at least 1 point into Guns and Needles, because it's a kill skill. We can actually get our Repkit pack really quickly that way, and then we'll take the rest of the points into the Grave Sights there, giving us critical hit damage. This takes us to Grave Implements, which is fantastic. This gives us increased gun damage to up to 20%, 3 stacks, which we're then going to take up to 6 stacks with the Grave Power. This is really, really good on this build, because now instead of getting a 60% gun damage bonus, we're getting 120%. Same thing with like the fire rate increases and all the other kill skills that we got going on. Now this is tough because I want to put more points into the Bloodletter here, because Bleed is really good. Skill critical hits, which we're going to be getting. There's actually a specialization too, but skill critical hits comes from our minions as well. So we can stack Bleed really quickly and really easily. So it's good to get even more points into this. But we want to be getting down here to the skill damage gets critical hit chance against any part of enemies. Drink Full is nice because this gives you a fast fire rate, but we have another one that can give us that as well if we wanted to. But Keen Mind is just so good because that's a 15% critical hit chance, and every shot that we do trigger will give us a Mortal Terror here. So this is where it gets dicey, because VEX is going to be really good when the skill crap increases, like, and you can put more points into here. Mortal Terror is just really nice because that's going to activate our kill skills when we critically hit an enemy, and the Minions have a really good chance with this and this here. I also really like it with the Hellish Harvest for that reason, because when they do their big scrolling attacks, sometimes they can actually hit and trigger these really easily. And this is further augmented with our specialization here, I Am a Gun. Action skill damage now benefits from increases to gun damage. We get that one that gives us a 120% bonus. That's 60% bonus damage added to our action skill. Our Reapers can do a lot of damage with that. And with taking a honed mind, this gives us increased 5% critical hit chance with our action skill, which again is going to trigger our kill skills. And then on top of that, it does more damage. It's really good. Really good. This gives us 50% extra gun damage, and that again is getting added back into our action skill. And now with caffeine, since we're going to have a Repkit often, we may as well be using it to make a farm of Reapers, and this is exactly how. Now, I personally really like the Team Witch class mod. I had this one for a while, and it actually fits this build perfectly. I'm so glad. I've been using a lot of videos because I got a shotgun damage increase, which I know the bot can really take anything, but it's good because I enjoy the shotguns in this game, and that's exactly what the mantra is. But the Teen Witch is her best, honestly. The other ones can fit okay here, but Teen Witch just gives you so much more survivability that you can just face tank anything because this applies to your shields. This is the best item in the game. Use it. 10% extra life steal, and the kills skills that we get, like Grave Thirst here, giving us 4.5% life steal per stack at 3 points. 3 stacks, that's again 6 stacks now, so that gives a crazy amount of life steal, and it applies to our minions as well, making them very tanky. And then we also got this giving us overshield too, so yeah, and you get increased damage dealt when you have an overshield, making our minions even tankier and just even better. It also comes with a conjunction there, giving us more gun damage and health reduction whenever you get hit at low health. So yeah, use the Team Witch class mod. I also like the Watts for dinner. Shock damage is great for really any situation. This is just kind of the meta shield. You don't have to use it. There is another one. There's the heavyweight. I don't have it on me because it's not really that good. You deplete a chunk of your armor, and all you get is a 100% bonus on melee damage, when we can use this for 150% gun damage, which again, the shotgun, melee shotgun takes both of these bonuses. This one ends up being better, and it adds a 25% bonus shock damage, which takes those extra increases. So the Watts for dinner, unfortunately, just ends up being by far the best choice. You can use the Timekeeper's new shield, however, because that just gives us a lot more survivability, and then you can actually swap off Team Witch class mod if you have a different one you wanted to use. Cinder Shelly's kind of okay for defensive purposes. The Protean Cell is high damage as well, so that's another good one if you didn't want to use Watts for dinner. Now, for gun enhancements, now Maliwan would be a good choice here because we got a Maliwan shotgun, obviously, which can apply status effects. This one comes with shotgun damage and status effect chance. This one spread status effects around, which is kind of nice. I do enjoy those. If you can get the one with the Jacob's accessory, I would recommend the Bounce Past Jacob's enhancement because that can increase the amount of ricochets that you get, which is a crazy DPS increase. But I got this one with just gun damage and accuracy, which I found pretty useful if you don't want to use something else. And I also like using the Wombo combo, which is benefits. But Maliwan's probably the best choice. I always like throwing the critical hit knife on anything VEX that's critically hit enabled. And this build we need crits, so use this. It's going to be the best choice. If you don't want to, you can use the Slippy Grenade, though, because that is melee damage, so we do have bonuses to that, which is nice, but honestly, getting those kill skills to activate from this is just better. And the Triple Bypass, I like the Leech. 30% Leech on this is really powerful. We get it back quickly, so you could use something a little bit different, like the new Health Razor, which came out with the Christmas DLC there. The Enraged Triple Bypass is nice for the extra damage. Even the Tank for 50% less damage. And there's one that increases your melee damage, which would be good. I just like the Leech because we're so heavy on our Leech, which is so useful for tankiness. And honestly, whenever the level cap increases, we can get Blood as power on this build. This thing is going to shred through everything, and you're going to be very tanky. And for weapons, I'm honestly just going to recommend the Mantra being the best choice here for obvious reasons. Our Reapers are really powerful too, so they can be tanky. Now, if you want something a little different, the Stray is nice because this you don't have to aim with. You can get Jacobs on it, so it'll chain around. The Bod will always be the best gun in the game, so yeah, take that. I also like the Rainmaker, kind of. It's a new weapon. I'm going to be trying to do a build around this, but it's okay. Oh My God is really good on this build, so this can be a submachine gun to pair this with for shock if you don't have a shock version of the Mantra. TK's Wave, not a bad choice on this build as well. It's a very powerful shotgun. And you can also throw something like the GMR on, which is just a solid assault rifle if you want something straightforward. Rowdy Rider if you want to do a lot of critical hit ricochets, and if you set that up. I also really like the Bonnie and Clyde after its recent buffs. So you can see that they're actually activating our kill skills pretty easily. You can always just pop down a Spectre anytime because they're going to shoot away and then also trigger our kill skills, which is great because then we can go ahead and you see our damage is actually scaling really good. This is an Ultimate Vault Hunter 6, and yeah, that's 2 magazines and it completely destroyed the boss there. 1 shot, 2 shot, I missed that one, and boom, there's 3 shots, completely filling the health bar in seconds. Yeah, this is crazy. It's kind of similar to something I was doing when I went through in Ultimate Vault Hunter 5, and I'm glad that it's even more powerful. And the nice thing about the Grim Reapers is just so good at just being a tanky thing. You can kind of play a little bit easier when they're just focusing on everything. Like, I'm not even shooting right now. Their damage is like nothing in Ultimate Vault Hunter 6, but they hold aggro, and then you can do crazy damage, just like you saw there. And then, boom, we'll go again. Yeah, that's literally deleting his health bar. Crazy, crazy stuff. So yeah, you pretty much always have like 5 to 6 stacks up if you just put down a Spectre and one of the Reapers here. And then just match the elements. Yeah, that's crazy. I blew myself right into it there, but the damage from that is just so high that you can basically, at certain points, one-shot some of these bosses. So yeah, the mantra is good. I'm going to be trying to find the best combination for Amon, because I feel like this gun was meant for him. He's a melee build character, but for VEX, it stomps. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.